I used to run 2 miles to the boxing gym, train for 2 hours, run 2 miles back, and then fall asleep on the couch. I trained like a machine, but I was still fat. At the time, I thought intense cardio was the only answer. More pain, more runs, more fat loss, but it never worked. And in today's video, I'm going to explain exactly why. It wasn't because of my metabolism, it wasn't because of a calorie deficit, because I was also not eating loads. There's one thing that I didn't understand until now. So people love this debate, whether running or walking is better for fat loss. And the truth is, there's no perfect answer, but there is an answer. Because the argument is, running will get you fitter, it burns calories faster, and if you burn calories, then you burn more fat. So you would think that running is more superior for fat loss than walking, but that's just not the case. So let me explain. Your body is made for survival. That's why you store fat. It's stored energy as fat so that you can tap into that whenever you go periods of time without eating, i.e. being in a calorie deficit. Now remember, this comparison is based around walking versus running for fat loss, not for fitness. But when most people want to lose fat, they want to, especially guys, want to be bigger, stronger, and leaner. And that's why I would push them away from running too much. So let's talk about the simple stuff. Very rarely will people get injured when they're walking. So consistency is more likely when you're walking than when you're running. The resistance between going out a walk versus going out a run is a lot less because it requires less energy. When you go out a run, you tap into different energy systems. When you're going out a walk, you're not tapping into glycogen and depleting yourself in any way. It's relatively steady state, your heart rate isn't mega. Okay, fair, it takes a little bit longer, and it's very easy to actually track and manage. Now, I completely understand that whenever I lived in Scotland, the weather wasn't like this, and even still, I can't go out a run in this, it's fucking roasting, right? But that's why I walk. But when I do train, I train hard, I train with boxing and I train that sort of thing. But when it comes to general steps and cardio for fat loss, it needs to be something you can gradually progress over time. And the argument is that you can progress your runs over time. You absolutely can. You can progress the distance. But what that's also going to do, as you focus so much on that, is take away from your strength sessions. Then when your strength sessions are taken away from, you lose muscle, and you certainly don't gain it. So the look you're looking for is more like Mo Farah than Usain Bolt, right? So not only that, when you run more than when you walk, your hunger hormone goes up. So you have a hunger hormone called ghrelin, which basically, in essence, comes into play when you're both tired, fatigued, needing to recover a lot more. So as a result, it's harder to stick to your diet. Therefore, fat loss is affected in general. But the main thing is just consistency. And we know that fat loss can happen relatively quickly, certainly initially. But for most people, it will take maybe several phases. It will take 12 weeks, 16 weeks, whatever it is. If that's broken down, absolutely fine. But we also know that it does take time. And for something to work over the course of time, you need to be consistent with it. So the point is not to say running is completely bad. And it's not that you couldn't do a run, maybe 2 runs a week and still keep your muscle mass on, etc. But the focus when it comes to fat loss, and that's what this video is about, when it comes to fat loss, getting stronger in the gym, eating enough protein, which I'll link a video at the end of this about protein and how much you need, and gradually increasing your cardio over time. It's a lot easier to go from 7,000 steps to 9 to 11 or 12 to then eventually 15 at the end of your cut than it is to start pushing more and more and more runs into your weeks and still expect you to perform in the gym and lift heavy weights. It's just not going to happen. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'll link the protein video and the workout video here. All the coaching, free meal plans, etc. are down below, and I'll see you in the next one.